Hello, and this will be a single-issue ramblings on the Batman Earth 1 hardcover, written by Geoff Johns and art by Gary Frank. Personally, I thought this was incredible. I'm going to go through it a little bit here, but just overall, I thought this was unbelievable. The cover here is just unbelievable. It blows my mind. That was one of the main things. Like, no matter what this book was, I was going to get it basically just for the cover. But it starts off with something we're not used to seeing a lot. I mean, just beautiful art in here, too. But it starts off with just not the Batman we're used to seeing. His gadgets aren't working, and a great chase scene develops, eventually leading to him missing a jump. And there's something you don't see a lot, is just a failing Batman. And then it goes through, it's the early times of Batman, and it eventually becomes known that his dad is running for mayor. And it's a completely different portrayal of Bruce, as well as some other characters, but Alfred right here appears, and he's not the butler. He apparently served in the military with Bruce's dad, and he saved him, I guess, and lost a leg in the process, and Bruce's dad, who owns medical equipment company, helped him walk again with a leg. And Alfred is being brought in to be his security after the election because he's supposed to be a shoo-in for mayor. And the way Bruce is portrayed in here is that he thinks he's entitled. There's actually a scene in here where he's running out of the theater. He wanted to see a movie, and the lights die. The power goes out, which it's eventually discovered that somebody killed the lights. But he runs out, and the guy says, "Watch where you're going." And he says, "I don't have to do anything you say. My parents are the richest in Gotham City." Right there, just that's young Bruce. And then it just, it's a classic scene where they're in the alley, and there it is. I feel like this escalated too fast, though. It's the only negative aspect to the book that I found. I feel like the death of his mom and dad, it happened way too fast. It went from the guy asking for jewelry and a wallet, and then 2 panels later, the gun goes off, and they're dead. I mean, and then you have little catatonic Bruce down here. A little psychotic catatonic Bruce. But, that's the only negative aspect. But even though it was so fast, I guess it kind of plays into the story. Because then, it just seems like, although the story goes slowly, it seems like his mindset already, as soon as that happened, was that he was going to be Batman. And then eventually, Alfred sits down and talks to him. It's discovered that they left Alfred as the legal guardian. And then Alfred sits down to talk to him, and Bruce is really upset. And then Alfred tells him that he's the butler. That's basically how that comes into play. So then Alfred starts telling him that his life is a joke, living as the Bat, and that he needs to do things right if he wants to do it with a gun. And then there's Detective Gordon there. He gets introduced to his new partner. Right there, Harvey Bullock. He comes in. He's from like a crime TV show. He's a star from that, and he comes in. And then there's some scenes where they discover that Harvey discovers that Gotham is a different city because Detective Gordon there doesn't stop a crime they see being committed, and lets the guy go, and says it's for the better. And then eventually Harvey says that he's going to solve the Thomas murders. And then this is a beautiful page here. This is what actually makes Bruce want to be Batman, because he's scared of the bats that come out of his parents' mausoleum when he goes and opens it. So then from then on, he wants to be that fear to other people. And Alfred actually tells him the people he's hunting don't get scared. And Bruce simply says, "Everybody gets scared, Alfred." And then there's some wonderful explanations about the old Arkham house. Like I said, this whole book was just phenomenal. I love this. I've read it 4 times already. I'll probably read at least 2 more times before it goes up on my shelf. I actually had my girlfriend read this, and she's not a big fan of the comic, anything kind of related, but she loved this too. She said it was incredible, so this book is girlfriend friendly. There's where they find that the police are kind of corrupt. And then it's eventually found out that the guy running against his dad as the mayor was Mr. Cobblepot, the Penguin. So and then it becomes known that the lights were cut off by him, or by one of his workers, to kill Bruce's parents, but the mugger in the alleyway got to him beforehand. And there's a really, really crazy villain in here named the Birthday Boy, I think it is. It was awkward. I mean, it plays into the story well, though, because the offset. That's another thing with this book I've noticed. The color, how they go from, like, the past, when it was still all light and he was just learning how to be Batman, or the socialite, when it gets really dark, when he's actually Batman, that it's very good. Who did the color in this? Jonathan Syball. Great color by him. He goes to Cobblepot's party, and he's trying to take down one of the detectives that had his dad's lighter that he gave him for Christmas. Beautiful fight scene ensues, and he actually ends up kind of breaking the nose of Detective Gordon there. It was incidental, but it happened. He, once again, not the Batman we're used to seeing. He gets hit by by a stray bullet or two, falls down, catches himself, and then flies in. Beautiful 2-page panel here, where he flies in and just destroys the party. Alfred ends up saving him and telling him it's not right. There, just destroyed Batman. Alfred ends up saving him, and then they actually end up fighting, because Alfred tells him he's an idiot for the way he's living, and Alfred taught him everything he knew how to fight, how to survive, and he actually ends up kicking the false leg from Alfred, and that's when Alfred said maybe he is ready to do what it takes. And then it's actually discovered that they're holding Gordon's daughter inside of the old Arkham house. So then they have to go there and take care. There's the villain that's holding him inside the Arkham house, the Birthday Boy. This guy's huge. I think it's just Bane's long-lost brother or something. But just wonderful all around, wonderful artwork, wonderful story. This blew my mind. Like, I just kind of want to look at the art while I'm going through this right now. But yeah, it's unbelievable. I recommend this to anybody. I'm not going to tell everything. I'm not going to give everything. I kind of did tell a lot already, but eventually he confronts the Penguin, and he, the classic mistake of don't think that the Penguin is always, unarmed, because that umbrella of his, he'll use it. And beautiful panel there where he stabs Batman with the umbrella. Then Alfred comes, saves the day. Penguin's dead. Great whole page right there. Nice touching moment here where Alfred tells Bruce that he was never alone. That he's never been alone, that Alfred's always been there for him. Like, this whole story is unbelievable. I'm so happy about this. They did it in such a good way. Alfred tells him they have to start a legend. And that's what this page is. And then, the very last page, it's what a riddle. I wonder who that is. Who would say riddle and have a question mark on their screen up there? But just a phenomenal book. Like I said, I recommend this to anybody. Kudos to Geoff Johns and Gary Frank. This is a piece of art. This is unbelievable. Love this book. Recommend it to anybody. I can't say enough about it. That's how good it is. I usually, when graphic novels come out, I usually get them off of my I get them shipped with my subscriptions. And this one I actually went out and I paid full price for it because I just wanted it that much. And I do not regret it at all. To me, this is probably the closest you can get to a perfect Batman story in graphic novel form. It was unbelievable. Not a bad thing to say about it. I recommend it. Go get it. I hope if you watch this and you didn't read it, I didn't spoil anything. But, I mean, either way, it's worth, even once you know what happened, it's worth the read. So, that's going to be that. I have my subs coming tomorrow, hopefully. I should get a video up tomorrow of them. And I don't know, maybe a rant video later, maybe early next week. So, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, have a great day.